What's up, guys? Welcome back to Small Couch Reviews. Back in the location of one of the OG couches. It's your boy Sam. Obviously, this is not Jovi. He's doing a floating head review. So we got friend of the channel here, Andrew.
What's going on, people?
Yes. And do you know what I love? I love Dragon Ball Z. I don't care that people say it's cliche or there's barely any plot or there are a bunch of plot holes and it's all about just Goku fighting and they throw hands and there's no actual depth behind the story. I don't care. I love it. I have loved it since it came on Toonami and I'm a fan today, okay? So, I got this guy who is the only person who might be a bigger Dragon Ball fan than me. He knows all things Dragon Ball Z and all things of the greatest anime, Yu Yu Hakusho.
And all things Nintendo, obviously.
Okay, yeah, that too. Big Zelda guy. But we're going to focus on Dragon Ball Z movies today, alright? I have a list. I'm going to say my personal list. And he's going to, curate the list. Tell me what he agrees, disagrees with. Alright, guys. For this review, we're going to go through the 13 Dragon Ball Z movies. No Dragon Ball, no GT, no Super, even though Super probably has the best movie ever put out from that franchise. But this is Z, the original 13. Alright? We're going to go through this list. And as you're looking at it, you may realize that I said 13, but you only see 12 movies. Well, that's because, like I said, I love this franchise, and one of these movies makes me not love it. So, we're going to treat it like bro now. We're not going to talk about it. All right, let's get into it. From worst to best Dragon Ball Z movies. Number 12, The Dead Zone. I hate this movie for one specific reason. I hate Garlic Jr. I hate him as a character, and I'll tell you why. Like I said, I watched this on Toonami. And when we were kids, there was no streaming. It was, you had to watch it on cable every single day, right? So there was a time when the Saiyan saga ended, and you were or the Frieza saga ended, and you were waiting to see what happened with Goku after the planet exploded. And for all summer long, they played the Garlic Jr. saga, which I swear was like no, seriously, no cap, I thought it was like 100 episodes long. Because I was like, yo, how is this still going on? And it was just about them fighting, it was Krillin, Gohan, and Piccolo fighting this Garlic dude who at that point I didn't know because I hadn't seen the movies. And I was like, bro, I really don't care about this. It was obvious filler and it was not good. I hate him so much. That is why this movie is at the bottom of my list. I can't stand it.
All right, so I actually personally like The Dead Zone. I feel like every movie on the list has some highs and lows, but I don't know. So if you watched that filler in between, if you saw the movie after you watched the Garlic Jr. filler saga, that means that you saw the Funimation dub of The Dead Zone. You didn't watch the Ocean dub, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, bro. Okay, so one of the highs of that movie for me, and I don't necessarily disagree with its placement on your list, but bro, you need to see. Well, you know the opening scene where Piccolo's screaming and he gets ambushed.
Yes.
You need to watch the Ocean dub of that, and you need to hear Piccolo scream. It is the most metal 10 seconds of Dragon Ball Z that you will ever watch in your life. And, it's just such an epic way to start a movie for me. Whenever I think back to The Dead Zone, that's what I remember first.
Okay.
And I also liked how that was our first peek into Gohan's true potential, because he kicked Garlic Jr.'s behind, bro.
Oh, in the movie.
In the movie,
yeah.
and in the filler saga.
Yeah, in the filler saga. I mean, he was the main character.
Yeah.
It's just, bro, just think about it. You went from seeing a Super Saiyan fighting Frieza to seeing this.
Yeah,
all summer long, and then they did the ultimate thing. They repeated it. I was like, y'all, I can't deal with this. I hated it so much, y'all. I almost boycotted Cartoon Network. I was ticked off.
That's a little dramatic, bro.
No, totally appropriate.
Nice.
All right, so that's why that's my number 12.
Carry on.
Number 11, Broly, Second Coming. This is the second time we see the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, after he was defeated by Goku in the 8th movie, I believe it is.
With that gut punch.
Yeah. So in this one, he comes to Earth, and it's up to adult Gohan, who obviously knows him because he fought him, Kid Trunks and Kid Goten to fight him.
Question.
What?
How did Broly get to Earth in the first place?
I don't know.
They never explained that, and that always bothered me.
Yep. Don't know, but he was resurrected. He came back and he fought. This movie, it was just, Broly was always like a mindless, like kind of, I don't even want to say like mindless doofus, but like he was, he was just raging around. But at least he had some sort of purpose in the first time he came around. This time he was just fighting around, and that's why it's at the bottom. I don't hate him as much as I hate Garlic Jr. That's why he's not at the very bottom, or this isn't at the very bottom. But
yeah.
This movie, there was really nothing in it for me. Even some of the fight scenes in it, I didn't really care about. It ended with a triple Kamehameha from Gohan, Goten, and their dead father. Somehow he was in the background. But yeah,
that didn't make much sense to me either. The Dragon Balls have never made a wish like that before, but it was weird. I can't really disagree with you on that. Though it was hilarious when Trunks peed on Broly. That was hilarious.
And I think that's in one of the. I think that may be edited out in one of the versions, but he does pee.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're entering the top 10. Number 10. All right. The 10th movie on this list, Super Dragon Fist. That is movie number 13.
Hirudegarn.
Yeah. So, Hirudegarn, he is the villain in this movie. So, the movie starts off with Great Saiyan Man and Great Saiyan Man 2, who's Videl. They run into this guy who's like, oh, no, you have to help me open this box. A great evil is coming to Earth, and the only thing that can stop it is in this box. And for whatever reason, they just listen to him. They're like, oh, we got to get this box open. So, they take it to Bulma and Goku, who can't open it. So they decide they're going to get the Dragon Balls and open it.
Yep, Shinron did it.
Yeah, again, without asking any questions. And when they open it, obviously something evil is inside. Long story short, this thing, Hirudegarn, comes out. And one of the Guardian, so Hirudegarn's in a box along with the person who put him in the box. Let me say that. And the person who put him in the box, one of the things I remember from this movie is he has an ocarina, which I was really excited about because I was playing Zelda. Yeah.
Yes.
So he was playing it, and he plays it, and that puts the monster to sleep. Just kind of stupid. But anyway, eventually that stops working, so Goku has to beat him with the Super Dragon Fist. Again, not a lot in this movie. I really didn't care for the bad guy was totally forgettable. If you hadn't said his name, I'm not sure I would have remembered his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really one of the great ones, so very bottom of the top 10.
Yeah, for the most part, I agree with that. But I loved Tapion as a character. I really wish that he got more. I wish we saw more of Tapion. I thought he was cool. Obviously,
because he played the ocarina.
I may or may not have a bit of a Zelda bias with that, but I thought that Tapion was really cool. And the way that he gave, at the end when he gave his sword to Trunks, implying that was how future.
Oh yeah, that's how. That was cool. I forgot about that. I did like that.
Though, if you look at the two characters, the color of the hilt is totally different. So I feel like they're still different swords somehow. But alas, it was still very cool.
It could have been an oversight, bro. That was clearly the story of how Trunks got his sword.
I know.
That's something I didn't know.
And the 3 minutes that Vegeta got in the movie. Fussing about his house getting stomped on.
Oh yeah, he was so
talking
pissed
about his first day off.
Yeah.
When did Vegeta have a job? I always thought that line was hilarious.
He doesn't have it. Maybe his job is being a dad. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, that was They did Vegeta wrong in a lot of these movies, except for one that I really liked. Okay. Actually, there was a couple I liked him in. But okay. So now we're down to number 9.
Yep.
World's Strongest.
Oh,
that is the second movie.
Dr. Wheelo. In that movie, Master Roshi gets kidnapped because at the time, this old scientist whose brain was put on hibernation, 50 years ago, at that time, Master Roshi was known as the strongest person on Earth.
So his plan is to kidnap Roshi, put his brain in Roshi's body, and therefore have the most brilliant mind inside of the strongest body on Earth. Problem is, since that time, Saiyans have come about. So Goku is there now, and Goku goes to rescue Roshi from this guy. I actually didn't mind this story at all. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I enjoyed, the little, when Goku arrives on his Nimbus Cloud, the little fight scene that ensues with the three of Weelo's goons. That little, he does a little backflip scene on ice where he slips.
Yeah.
And that's in the intro to Rock the Dragon.
Yes, it is.
And that is why that movie sticks in my mind. Because that's one of the greatest theme songs ever.
And that was
so
also
maybe a little
hilarious moment.
Yeah. I think the movie ends with a spirit bomb, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Weelo goes Ultron and tries to blow up the Earth. Goku kills him with his spirit bomb. I mean, Weelo himself isn't really a memorable villain, but I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed, it was one of the only ones where Roshi got a bit of stuff to do. Oolong had a little to do. And yeah, Goku and Krillin came in, kind of saved the day. So.
Yeah, and Piccolo's brainwashed for most of it, but yeah.
Yeah. Piccolo was there too, and he was brainwashed until Goku snapped him out of it.
Gohan snapped him out of it, actually.
Yeah, yes, Gohan.
Because he caused this little earthquake
thing,
and it cracked whatever was controlling Piccolo's mind, and it freed him, and then he joined the fight.
Yeah.
But
Gohan and Icarus flew over there. You're right.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yep. My thoughts on this movie. So, interestingly enough, and I think it's the same with the Dead Zone, but I have not watched the Funimation dub of this movie. I've only seen the Ocean dub. I've maybe seen like snippets of the Funimation dub, but everything that I remember of the movie was that old school Ocean dub before Sean took over Goku's voice and whatnot. And what stands out the most for me is, remember when Goku was encased in the ice and had the Kaioken out of it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Ocean dub, Goku's Ocean dub scream, it's something about these Ocean dub screams, man. But his Kaioken scream stands out to me in the Ocean dub. You should watch it one time.
Goku's Ocean dub voice, it's a lot closer to his Funimation voice than like Vegeta's is, right? If I remember correctly.
It's still very different because same voice actor that Mega Man had in the old cartoon. So whenever I hear Goku's voice, I would think of Mega Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember Vegeta's voice in Ocean specifically because I like
Brian Drummond.
Yeah. When he says it's over 9,000, I believe he's angry.
He was.
When Chris Sabat says it, he just sounds annoyed. But
yes,
Ocean dub, that dude sounded like he was pissed off. Like, what is going on here? But all right, maybe I don't know. I don't know if I can even find the Ocean dubs. I have all the Funimation stuff, but okay.
YouTube.
Yeah. You know what? We'll find some scenes on YouTube. All right, number 8, Fusion Reborn. Now, a lot of people love this movie, obviously, for the one reason: Gogeta. But if you actually think about it, I mean, outside of those last, 5 minutes, and not even 2 minutes when he's in the movie, and he does the thing, the sparkly thing.
The rainbow sparkly technique.
Yeah, outside of that, I mean, it wasn't really that great. Goku and Vegeta are fighting Janemba, who came out of nowhere. What was he, the manifestation of, evil or something?
Continue
in Otherworld. And yeah, I mean, so this takes place obviously after the Cell games.
After Boo.
It was after Boo too, because Vegeta's also dead. And they're trying to save the other world because Janemba's gonna destroy it. I mean, Janemba as a character himself, when he shows up on screen in his final form, I thought he looked cool. I used to play as him in the Tenkaichi video games.
So did I.
But I mean, again, he wasn't. I mean, he was actually even less interesting than someone like Dr. Wheeler. Maybe it's because he didn't talk. You didn't really know what he wanted. But seeing Gogeta just tear him apart that was the main draw of this movie. And Gogeta was so cool that this movie actually made it to number 8, and that's the only thing I really liked about it. So, yeah.
Wow, Sam. So, this is one on the list that I wholeheartedly disagree with you on. And
you think it should be lower? It should be what, number 10, number 12?
Oh, Sam, it should be near the top, if not at the top.
Honestly. You're out of your mind.
No. So there are several highlights from this movie that I can mention. One is that This is Goku's best Super Saiyan 3 transformation in the entire series, and I will stand behind that.
No,
that
it's not.
scream is better than his introduction one. Like, you gotta listen to that scream. Like, whenever I would watch that scene, it would literally give
Who
me
asked about
chills.
his scream? When he turned Super Saiyan against Boo, nobody literally believed what was happening. Literally, they're like, "What are you talking about? You're gonna be double ascended? That doesn't make any sense."
I mean, that was also the
And
first
yeah,
time it happened.
exactly.
So it has a lot of novel value for
Yeah,
that.
okay,
but
so
no, dude,
you're
no,
wrong.
no,
You're
no,
wrong.
no. That was an awesome transformation. Everyone needs to see it. I mean, the way that the entire other world shook, the way that those colors changed, just like, bro, it was epic. The music that went along with it.
And what happened?
How he went after Janemba and took him out within like 2 minutes after he transformed. Before Janemba transformed.
I was about to say, okay,
He took
all right.
out his big form, but it was just very, very cool to me.
Okay, you know what? I'll have to. This is actually one. I went back and rewatched all the ones I didn't really remember.
Okay.
But this is not one because I remember the scenes of the movie really well. The screaming, obviously, I don't remember that. So I'll go back and look. But I stand by what I say. The movie itself, the plot points of the movie itself, it puts it down here. If Gogeta was not in this movie, it would probably be lower.
I mean, Janemba was literally just the culmination of chaotic evil spirits. I mean, you're not gonna really have much going on with that.
Exactly.
But shame on that silly worker dude who let all this happen.
I know,
Listen to his music
man.
and whatnot,
This one dude, yo. I really hope they found him. This dude, I'm gonna put his picture up, yo. This is gonna be a wanted sign for this dude. They really need to find him because he literally almost destroyed like pretty much the universe, yo.
Yeah.
He let Janemba out. What's wrong with you?
No, they hopefully they fired him. But I also thought it was just really cool how the other world warped. It was just it was like a balloon. It was just so chaotic.
it was
I just
crazy.
thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
And I love Super Janemba's little dimensional sword thing he had was really awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And
So, I mean, yeah, the fight was
the
pretty
fights
cool.
were amazing. The fight
was pretty cool.
I thought
and then when like I said, that's why like the fact that he was so strong and Gogeta literally just beep.
Yeah.
That made it for me.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
What else in that movie? I'm trying to think of some other highlights in there. Oh, well, no, the whole Super Saiyan 3 Goku Super Janemba fight. I think that was the biggest highlight for me, and of course Gogeta too. But I mean, a lot of other parts of the movie were just funny. Gohan gut punching Frieza. Trunks and Goten fighting Adolf Hitler and his army.
Oh yeah, he was that was weird.
That was very, and even the way that it was animated was very weird. It was almost, I don't know. It just had a very unique graphic style to it. I mean, you would understand what I'm talking about if you actually watch it. But yeah, I think it belongs higher up on your list than number 8. But continue on, my brother. Continue on.
Okay. Moving on. Number 7. Tree of Might. This is the third movie, and it stars the space pirate Turles, who looks exactly like Goku. And when I say stars, that's a little misleading. He's in the shadows for a lot of it and doesn't show up till like the last 20 minutes. But when he does show up, it's awesome. So in this movie, he's planting a tree called the Tree of Might. And it basically sucks up the nutrients from a planet to grow its fruit. And if you eat the fruit, you become like impossibly strong. So him and his band of pirates plant this tree on this world that Kakarot should have destroyed, but for some reason he didn't. And Goku goes to try to stop him. I mean, Goku and his friends, but his friends are absolutely useless. I don't think, like, this might be one movie where every single, like, sub-villain, Goku had to fight himself because no one else could do anything. Or it might have happened in the first... No, in the first Cooler movie, I think Piccolo at least did something.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah. So, in this one, like, they were useless. I like it just because I like the character of Turles. I wish he had more time. I wish I would learn more about him. I mean, he was basically evil Goku. Like, you were a kid, you were like, oh my gosh, it's evil Goku. He has to fight good Goku. And he ended up, he beat Goku's butt, even when Goku went KO on him. Again, this movie ends with a spirit bomb attack. That, knocks him out pretty good. And it was crazy because I remember Goku threw that spirit bomb so far. Like, the Tree of Might stretches into space.
Yeah.
And Turles is standing at the top of it, and Goku is on Earth, and he just throws it at him and hits him. But yeah, thought that was pretty cool. So, that is my 7th movie.
Actually, Goku was not that far from Turles when he threw it. Now, when he threw it, it launched Turles up through the Tree of Might. That's why the Tree of Might ended up exploding.
You know what?
He literally sent him up the Tree of Might, and yeah, Turles suffered quite the L on that movie. Poor guy.
Man.
Poor
After
guy.
he ate the fruit, he thought he was invincible. And
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded seeing more of him either. But yeah, the way that Goku, Kaioken, and soloed all of Turles' henchmen
it's by himself, man.
and within seconds, that was pretty epic. And yeah, everybody was pretty.
Yeah, they were useless.
Yeah, even
this was before, the days of Vegeta and all that. Like,
Yeah.
it was literally
Vegeta,
just,
who? And interestingly enough, this is yet. So yeah, the first 3 movies, I did not see the Funimation dub of Tree of Might. I only saw the Ocean dub.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back when they first were on Toonami, they only showed the Ocean dub.
Yeah, that's true.
They didn't show the Funimation dub. The Funimation dub didn't even exist yet. Yeah.
I watched the movies all a little later.
Yeah.
Um,
But it was pretty good. Wouldn't put it ahead of Fusion Reborn, but it was pretty good. And did you know that they had a weird edit for Gohan in this movie? Remember when Turles was holding Gohan's head when he was transforming into?
yeah, he holds it and he's looking at the moon.
Yeah. They had a very weird edit for that because they didn't want to show someone holding a child's head like that, and the edit just looked so weird the way they tried to fix it. But
In the Ocean dub.
just in the it was in the Ocean dub. Yeah, very, very odd, very weird. But that's just one tidbit about the movie that stands out for me.
Something to look forward to.
I know.
As I look forward to when you watch it.
Random fun fact.
Okay. Now we're on to number 6. And number 6 is, ironically, the 6th movie in the franchise, Revenge of Cooler. This was the first Dragon Ball Z movie I watched. I remember it was literally right there. I was in my basement.
Huh.
I was on the, it was like a window. It was like a gateway computer. If you're old enough to remember that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's like a gateway computer back when,
Goodness.
back in the days of good old Netscape or Netgear. I forget what, no, it was Netscape. The internet browser.
Yes.
Yeah. And I found it online and I watched this movie. The first time I watched it twice in a row. Then I watched it the next day with my friend. And then I watched it a 4th time. Like, I loved it. So in this movie, it's Cooler, Frieza's brother, comes back after having been defeated in the 5th movie, which is later on the list. He comes back and he's metal now. He's metal Cooler. Like, literally from head to toe, he's encased in metal. And
Frieza did it.
Yeah, okay. I don't think so. But he's pissed off at Goku. Now, he's on planet Namek, and Goku and friends go to Namek. I actually forget the reason they go, but when they go there, they discover that Cooler's been attacking the planet. Yeah, and Goku's like, whoa, I can't believe you're back. And he's like, yeah, I'm back. Go Super Saiyan and fight me again. And Goku goes Super Saiyan and gets his butt beat bad until the Prince of All Saiyans comes in with one of the coolest intros. When Goku's about to get his head exploded, Vegeta kicks the mess out of Cooler. Kicks the mess out of him. And Cooler's like, what's going on here? Second Super Saiyan? And Vegeta says something like, yeah, second in order, not second in stature. And immediately goes and fights Cooler. Now, he gets beaten up badly until him and Goku start fighting together. And Vegeta has one of these lines, like, when they're finally start working together and they're killing Cooler, they're shooting him with their energy blast. Vegeta keeps shooting him and just like, why won't you die?
Yep.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. And then they finally blow him up and kill him, only to find out he's one of like 1,000 Metal Cooler clones. So the 2 Super Saiyans just power up and go all out trying to fight the 1,000. Until they find the main brain, because he brings them to his main brain, which is stupid. But anyway, yeah, and then that's how they end up beating him. You kill the main brain, you kill all the clowns. Yeah, so it was the first time I saw Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta team up. I loved it. It holds a special place in my heart. Great movie.
I'm trying to remember, why did they go to New Namek? I feel like they wanted to use the Dragon Balls or something.
That sounds right. They always want to use the
why
Dragon
they
Balls.
didn't, well, like, and specifically the Namekian Dragon Balls, but why they didn't just use instant transmission, I don't know.
It was pretty far away.
I guess at that time maybe Goku couldn't have done that. I don't remember what the reason was, but yeah, it was a pretty good movie. Now I'm going to admit that the abridged version is sticking out for me more now because I've watched that more recently. You have to watch that too, by the way. It's hilarious.
I don't think I've seen that one abridged.
Oh, you will eventually, hopefully. But I don't really have any complaints about the movie, honestly. I thought it was pretty good.
All right.
Don't have much else to add.
Awesome. Now let's move on to number 5. BoJack Unbound.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is the ninth movie in the series.
Sounds about right.
It takes place after the Cell games, and after Future Trunks had went to the future, killed the androids, came back. So basically it's set up as there's this tournament, this rich guy's putting on a tournament for his son, but instead of just a Earth tournament, he wants an intergalactic tournament now that they know aliens exist because of Cell, I guess. So basically he invites everyone from around the universe to come fight and win this prize. And through a series of events, BoJack, the villain of this movie, and his crew invade the tournament. BoJack was freed when Goku transported himself and Cell to King Kai's planet, and Cell blew up in Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, because apparently King Kai's planet was a piece of a prison that held him. Mm-hmm. So anyway, BoJack is back now, and I guess he was just evil. He wasn't like a Frieza or a Cooler who just felt they were superior. I mean, he knows he's strong, but he's just evil, and they didn't really tell us why he had to be in prison. Just that he was killing people.
We didn't get much backstory for BoJack at all, actually.
Yeah. So anyway, he shows up and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're Goku's kid. I wanted to thank your dad for freeing me, but I'll have you thank him instead." And he fights Teen Gohan. His goons fight Trunks, Piccolo, Yamcha, and Tien are there. They get knocked out with one kick each. And then and Vegeta has the best intro I've ever seen. So
master of intros.
Yeah, he has some of the coolest intros in this movie. Trunks is the only one who successfully kills a henchman, by the way. Mm-hmm. And then when another one traps Trunks, right? He tries to throw a spear at him, I believe.
Sword.
It's a sword. And then all of a sudden you see Trunks' sword come in off screen and knock that sword out the way and cut Trunks loose. Then Trunks grabs his sword and he looks down and the building he's standing on explodes. And Vegeta's there and he's like, "Leave this to me." That was so amazing. Yeah. Now what happened afterwards wasn't amazing because they treat Vegeta like trash.
Oh, yeah.
In all these movies. But that was a great intro. I really liked seeing all my favorite Z fighters in this movie. BoJack himself, he was just something to fight. But the reason this movie stands out to me, Gohan. Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2 again, like he did when he fought Cell with the one little strand coming down his head.
Yep.
And Gohan is very savage. He is, this is why I like this movie. He was supposed to be the heir apparent to Goku. And I feel like they just messed up his character. They made him so soft. Because in this movie, he murders people. Yo.
He does.
He punches through someone. And then he kicks someone so hard their body separates. Yo.
Clean in half.
Yes.
Yep.
And then he punches BoJack straight through the gut. And Kamehamehas him to death. Gohan was not playing around in this movie, man. Loved it. Because of him. Anything to add?
Yes. Yeah, I feel like there's no denying. Teen Gohan was the best Gohan, especially Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan. There's nothing better than that. I think my only issue with the movie, which may not be an issue for everybody, but Goku should not have been able to do what he did. He broke all.
Oh yeah, that's also something that happened. Goku broke the rules of this movie.
He
was dead and came back to Earth and actually punched BoJack. That was
That was wrong.
That was Deus Ex Machina. That was like an Ex Machina thing, if you've ever heard it.
Yes.
Like
No,
literally,
it
was. They just put it in there, like
Yeah.
to have, like BoJack should have won based on that. Like it was crazy. Goku literally came back to Earth, saved Gohan, and then Gohan finished it off.
Yeah,
Made no sense.
but otherwise, I did like this movie. I liked the fight with Tien versus Trunks in the tournament. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes.
Though it was short, and of course we knew that Tien wasn't going to win, but it was still very entertaining.
I think it was unfair. So those two were the only like Z fighters put together, like in the actual tournament that was the basis for this. In the first round, those two were the only Z fighters put against each other. Everyone else is fighting a normal like human.
You're forgetting somebody.
No.
Krillin and Piccolo were.
No, that was in the semifinals though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In the very first round, it was Tien.
Oh, we're talking about the first round. Okay.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. No, he's right.
Okay.
Tien and Trunks fought in the semifinals as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And Trunks went Super Saiyan. That wasn't fair. If he stayed regular, it would have been a fair fight.
It would have been a fair fight, but same price.
I think Trunks probably would have won. But
I thought that the Krillin Piccolo fight though was absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, Piccolo just walked away, didn't he?
He walked away. He mocked Krillin. It was very silly. But
Piccolo was like, "I'm not fighting you." He's like, "Yeah, this tournament's a waste of my time," and he walked away.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
waste of time.
I think he came back to fight BoJack, but
he lost.
He didn't do it.
He lost pretty badly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
Great ending to that movie.
We're down to the top 4, guys. Number 4, movie 4, Lord Slug. Now, interestingly enough, I actually don't know when this movie takes place. It's clearly after Frieza, because they mention Frieza and they mention Super Saiyan, but there's no Vegeta and Goku can't actually go Super Saiyan in the movie. So I don't actually know what's going on here, but in any case,
yeah, it's hard to place.
I like this movie because it is the fastest movie to get to the point. It starts it starts off very hilariously. Gohan is dancing with Icarus in front of Piccolo. He's like doing this whistling thing.
Oh, Piccolo hates it.
And Piccolo was like, "Yo, Gohan, don't ever do that again." Like that was just it was so funny. So Piccolo, I got a new dance to show you. And Piccolo's like, "Yeah, don't ever do that again."
Hey, it came in handy later on though.
He said, "This is the worst thing I've ever heard." Savage. But anyway, immediately after that, Lord Slug lands and says, "Yeah, I'm taking your planet over," right? And basically, Gohan is the one who confronts him. Gohan, Chi-Chi, and Gohan, Chi-Chi, and Bulma confront him, along with Piccolo. Because Krillin and Goku were out of action for the beginning of this movie. Why were they out of... Oh, you know what?
I actually don't remember very much.
They were out of action, so Lord Slug... I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. But Lord Slug, when he's coming to Earth, it looks like his ship is about to crash into Earth. So Goku and Krillin go up to try to stop him. And they're very unsuccessful. They Kamehameha his ship, but it backfires, and it ends up knocking them out. Until Yajirobe finds them and gives them senzu beans, and they come back and rejoin the fight later. Mm-hmm. But Lord Slug comes, him and his goons, they fight Gohan, Piccolo, Chi-Chi, and Bulma. Gohan is holding his own against the lower level thugs, but against the higher ones, he's not very good. Piccolo comes in and murders one of them real good. The dude is like, "Hey, you know what? You're stronger than me. You can join us and we'll rule the universe together." And Piccolo just shoots him in the face. Like, he doesn't say a word. He shoots him in the face.
He acted like he was gonna grab his hand, but then he's like,
"Yeah,
nope."
And
he broke his arm.
Yeah, he went in on him. Maybe that's where Gohan learned to be savage like that. But yeah. Oh, and Lord Slug, he gets to Dragon Balls in an hour, which is ridiculous. And he uses it to wish himself eternally young.
Pull the King Piccolo.
And then we see him fight. I think this may be well, no, not the longest. But we see the big bad fight the heroes for a very long time in this movie. I loved it. Turns out Lord Slug is a super Namek. Kind of like Super Saiyan, but he's a Namek. And he's a super Namek. And Goku gets the Super Saiyan glow over him, but doesn't actually go Super Saiyan, and ends up fighting him and beating him pretty badly.
Yep.
Then Lord Slug does another transformation where he grows 30 feet tall, and the Z fighters again try to fight him because Goku alone can't do it. Mm-hmm. So I think the movie ends with actually I know the movie ends with Gohan doing his whistling thing again, which it turns out Piccolo hated because he has super sensitive hearing. So a Super Namek hearing that whistling, it was like, like nails on a chalkboard. He couldn't stand it.
Especially given how big he was,
Yeah.
therefore how big his ears were.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So it gives Goku the time to recover, knock Lord Slug up into the atmosphere where he uses the sun's power to basically kill him.
He spirit bombed him, and he borrowed power from Piccolo to defeat Lord Slug. If you remember.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. Piccolo was the only Z fighter left. Helped Goku recover. Then Goku knocked him in the atmosphere and spirit bombed him.
Yep. And that was the end of Lord Slug.
And the Lord Slug. It was actually a pretty good movie, and I remember this when I put it so high because I remember I watched it from beginning to end, and I didn't feel like there was a point where I was like, hurry up and get to what I want to see. Like I said, it pretty much started with Lord Slug coming to Earth. We knew what he wanted, and he was there. He was there for it.
The pacing of that movie was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you already mentioned all the highlights that I would have mentioned.
Got you.
Yeah, seeing Goku and Piccolo work together.
Yep, that
former rivals coming together, defeating the big bad, Gohan and his whistling. Good stuff. Good stuff all throughout the movie. The false Super Saiyan, which I believe is what the fan base officially deemed it as.
False Super Saiyan.
With the Kaioken hair and the Super Saiyan, or I think they called it false Super Saiyan. Came out of nowhere, but still really cool to see.
Yeah. And if you had watched it when it came out, you would have thought. Actually, I don't know if you would have thought. I don't remember when this. This movie had to come out after the Frieza saga, so it would have been very confusing.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, but yeah, pretty good. Really good movie, obviously. Now, guys, we're down to the top 3.
Here we go.
Number 3.
Here we go.
The Return. Or, I'm sorry. I don't think this is called Cooler's Revenge.
That's right.
So it's this is the 5th movie. This is the first time Cooler comes. Brother of Frieza. His motivation. He literally he's not trying to. I called Cooler's Revenge. He doesn't actually care about his brother. It's just he's like.
He didn't.
He's like, someone in my family was beaten by a Saiyan. Yeah, that's unacceptable. Can't happen. So he goes to Earth to find the Saiyan who killed his brother. And he finds Goku. Now, this movie is really good when Goku actually ends up fighting Cooler. But that takes a little while.
That's what...
That takes a little while.
Yeah.
Because Goku actually gets knocked out of commission early on. He takes literally a bullet for Gohan in the back. And that knocks him out. So he has to get a Sensu Bean to heal him. So I think it's Gohan goes to get him a Sensu Bean, which took a decent amount of time. But then comes back, gives it to Goku. Goku's up and ready to go. Piccolo helps him fight off his goons. And then Goku versus Cooler, that was such a good fight. Cooler reveals he has another form beyond the 4th form. And he puts a foot in Goku. There's a scene where he literally puts his size 18 boot in Goku into a mountain, drags him and puts his face in the dirt and throws him like a rag doll. That fight was so amazing, man. It was so cool. I loved it. Then Goku goes Super Saiyan and Cooler's like, oh, so this is what killed my brother. And there's a point where Cooler's like, okay, I don't see why my brother has such trouble with you. I'm going to knock you out. And as he puts his arm up to hit Goku, Goku literally grabs his arm. In a millisecond. And Cooler's like, oh, nah, I'm in trouble now. And yeah, he was in trouble. Movie ends with Goku blasting him into the sun. And it's funny because as he's dying, he remembers Goku was the one Saiyan from planet Vegeta that survived. And Cooler could have killed him. But he was like, he's just a little monkey. I don't care about him. Let him go.
I don't believe it. I could have killed him. I let him go. I let him go.
So yeah, came back to bite him.
Sure did. Okay, so Cooler's Revenge. Goku's time out of commission is what made me dislike what was it, like half of the movie? More than half of the movie?
It was a long time.
I feel yes, Goku saved Gohan, but I just don't think that blast should have put him in that bad of a shape because he was literally on death's door.
Yeah, he was dying.
That was and it's come on, it's not like he had his guard down or anything.
It was in the back.
It was in the back, sure, but I feel like typically Goku's tougher than that. I feel like he shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have been at death's door like that. But no, yeah, I didn't like that period of time where he was just out of commission like that. I don't think it should have happened. So that knocked that movie down a couple ranks for me. But other than that, seeing Piccolo against Cooler's henchmen, very good fights. It was almost like a lightsaber fight in the forest against that one guy. The one that was kind of like Cooler's Jace, if you will, because that's what it reminded me of. That was a pretty good, cool fight. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, the Goku versus Cooler fight was pretty darn awesome, and the way that Cooler punched Super Saiyan Goku in the gut, and homie didn't even flinch.
Yeah, nothing happened.
He was making a speech too, and it's like he didn't even skip a beat when he got punched. He kept talking.
Yeah.
Shout out to that bird who almost died, because if not for that bird, Goku would not have went Super Saiyan.
Well, I don't remember this.
Okay, so after Goku got footed into the mountain and fell and got back up, but there was a little dying bird right next to him, and like the bird was literally like right about to die, but Goku healed him with his energy, and after he healed him, actually as he healed him, he went Super Saiyan. You gotta watch that scene.
I do gotta rewatch that.
Yeah, because I remember that clearly, and yeah,
the bird, him healing a bird made him go Super Saiyan. Goku's a little weird, but I love it.
And so he is. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. Cooler's transformation, the mask.
See,
that thing was dope.
That
was so dope.
That's why I have you here. You remember all these things.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Number 2, Super Android 13.
The racist.
Yo, yeah, so one of Dr. Giro's other androids comes out. Prime directive is to kill Goku, obviously. And yeah, he immediately goes and tries to kill him. Now, he comes out, he talks like he's like from the southern United States. Like he has a very thick southern accent. And he goes about beating the crap out of Goku. Future Trunks is there and tries to fight. Does a little bit to help him. Gohan is there. Does a little bit. I think Piccolo is there as well. Oh, Piccolo is definitely there because he got blasted in a way I will never forget.
Are we talking in the city or in the Arctic part for Gohan? Because I don't recall him fighting them at all.
Really?
Did he?
I think he was definitely in the city, right? In the early part of the movie.
Yes, but he wasn't in. Well, he was there, but he was not helping in the Arctic. I remember that for sure. Was he? Whatever.
Yeah, Go on. You're right. Yeah. So then. Oh, and it also features the second greatest Vegeta entry. Because
out of the ice.
Yeah, man. Like, there's like, Trunks is out, Piccolo's out, and Goku's about to die again. Mm-hmm. And as he's about to die, a mountain of ice explodes. Like, literally, it explodes.
Yeah.
And Vegeta has his arms crossed and it's like, I told you I'm the only one who's allowed to kill you.
Yep.
And he goes about the business of trying to give Android 13 the business. Android 13 eventually evolves into like an unrecognizable monster.
He looked like a blue Super Saiyan.
Yeah, he was like blue with like red. He looked like kind of like Blanca, except he was blue.
Yeah, so 14 and 15 were destroyed, and he absorbed their parts and transformed to this super Android 13 that looked like Blanca.
Yeah, and that's the one where he would he did some stuff like what he did to Piccolo and Vegeta. They should have gone to Otherworld. Like he blasted
on
them,
Piccolo's face,
and then he stepped. He stepped on him. So, oh my goodness gracious! I remember he pointed. There was one where he pointed to the ground. Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but hey, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. We are picking up where we left off. We were talking about Super Android 13, movie number 2 on my list. You were saying something.
I don't remember what I was saying now, but I think you were just still talking about how Super Android 13 was pretty much just dominating everybody.
Yeah, he was.
Unforgivable things.
Yeah, that's what I said. He like that might have been like the most painful stuff I've seen. Like they they shouldn't have survived. They should have gone to the other world off of some of the stuff he was doing to them.
Yeah.
And this movie's so high up. I loved it. It didn't take too long to get to the action. Once the action started, it didn't stop. Yeah, but again, Hero ends up saving the day as usual.
Of course, but yeah, okay, so yeah, there are a lot of highlights in this movie that I can mention. So, well, first, it was just kind of crazy how 14 and 15 attacked that whole building where weren't they eating? Wasn't Goku and all them? Weren't they having a feast or something? And
yes.
14 and 15 just come up from below, blow up everything, try and fight in the city, but then they gotta take off.
They gotta take off, yeah. And that's when you meet 13 and
right. But why was it 14 or 15? I think it was 14. But why was dude an alcoholic? Why did he have a flask?
Oh yeah. I don't know. That's something I really thought about.
14 was very interesting. Actually, I still kind of have a problem with him, but I'm just gonna put that whole argument aside for now. But okay, so highlights to mention. When all three, when Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks all essentially went Super Saiyan at the exact same time, and they had that little light show going on, that was dope.
I'm telling you.
The way that Trunks finishing move on Android 15, that was dope. Because then remember how Android 15 was like charging towards 15, charging towards Trunks, but before he actually reached him, he just ended up exploding.
Yeah,
that was a dope finisher.
Future Trunks is my favorite character, bro. Well, in the series
for a very good reason. And then Goku versus Super Android 13. Yeah, so poor Goku suffered one of the worst injuries ever during this fight. I don't know how he survived that. But when dude, he was prepared to do a spirit bomb, but while he was charging the thing, the way he went Super Saiyan and absorbed it and essentially became the sun. Yeah. And again, look, I've been talking about Scream so much, but the way that Sean screams when he is absorbing that thing and then lets out all that energy and becomes the sun, bro, that was dope. And remember the look on his face when he was about to attack Super Android 13? He was angry. He was so angry. And he took him out. That was top 3 finishers for Goku, potentially. I don't know if I can back it up, but that was an awesome finisher.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, I liked it. The action started and it never let up. It was really good.
It was good.
All right, guys, that leads me to my number 1.
Oh boy, here we go.
Legendary Super Saiyan. There we go. Movie number 8. I'm sorry. Super Android 13 was movie number 7.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyway, number 1, Legendary Super Saiyan, is movie number 8. This is the introduction we all got to Broly, a fan favorite and one of my favorites. He is literally the Saiyan that was prophesized, the legendary Super Saiyan. Movie starts out. Vegeta, so one of the Saiyan survivors, his name is Paragus, comes to Earth. He's like, hey, Vegeta, I served your father, I now serve you. I got a new planet, Vegeta, I have all ready for you, it's yours. And Vegeta's like, oh, all right, bet, let's go. Obviously, the other Z fighters go with him because they want to check all this out because they don't trust this guy. And they get there. Vegeta sees his palace and he's like, all right, this is awesome. But where's the... Oh, and I'm sorry. Paragus also mentions that the legendary Super Saiyan had been found, and he wants Vegeta to fight him. And, so Vegeta's like, all right, you got my planet? Where's the legendary Super Saiyan? Let me go beat him up and prove my dominance and all this nonsense. Meanwhile, the Z-Fighters go out into the world and actually find out that Paragus has been enslaving people and is like a slave master. Which he didn't really even try to hide, so I don't understand why he invited... I don't understand what he thought he was going to accomplish. He didn't try to hide it at all. It wasn't very well hidden. Vegeta would have figured it out even if he was by himself. But anyway, plan is revealed. He really just wants to kill Vegeta to get revenge because Vegeta's father banished him and his son, Broly. Mm-hmm. When Broly was just a baby because Broly was so strong and he was fearful of him. Anyway, Goku shows up because he's like, hey, I heard this is legendary Super Saiyan. He blew up a galaxy. Maybe we should team up to try to find him. Vegeta's like, stay out my way, I'll do it myself. But then Broly sees Goku, and the only flaw of this movie pops up. Where we learn that Broly hates Goku because Goku cried when they were babies and woke him up. They were both babies next to each other, Goku cried, woke up Broly, and for that one reason, Broly hates Goku. Hates him so much. Hates him so much. He hates Kakarot. So he sees him, he transforms into the legendary Super Saiyan, and all hell breaks loose. Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Piccolo, future Trunks. There's a moment when all of them start attacking, and Broly is literally just standing there, just dodging them. not a care in the world, just dodging them. And then I'll never forget this scene. He like punches one, then he's running through the city, elbows Trunks, and then he like football punts someone who's on the ground. It was amazing. And then Goku tries to blast him. He literally eats that jank, and Broly was unstoppable. Unstoppable. That is why this is my favorite movie, because he is literally my favorite movie villain. I think he gave them a run for their money, and they are very lucky to have survived him. I'm very happy they brought him back in Super and made him canon. He is the legendary Super Saiyan for a reason. And
his story was so much better in
Super. It wasn't dumb. But even in this, we get a little bit of character development, at least for Paragus. And what we do get from Broly, he's an insane person. He literally is insane. He's ready to just murder everything when he's in his legendary Super Saiyan mode. And I mean, the dude, he did something I never thought would be possible. He made Vegeta look like a scared little boy. He had him on the ground in the fetal position, sucking his thumb, scared. The Prince of all Saiyans, yours and my favorite character, was literally sitting there on his knees crying until Piccolo gave him a pep talk. And then he went towards Broly. He got beat up, but I mean...
Almost instantaneously.
Yeah. No, very much. He charged Broly, and Broly just knocked him back. I don't think he got a hit in.
He didn't.
Yeah, so it was sad. It was sad to see. Yeah, and that will forever stick with me. Broly turned Vegeta into a pansy. But hey, there we go. That's my number one. That is my list.
Oh my gosh.
Problems?
Broly would not be the number one movie for me. I know that.
Oh my god.
But look. No, I don't disagree with anything you said about how epic of a villain Broly was. He probably was the best villain out of all the movie villains. But it's really hard for me to get past his backstory and how a crying baby literally made him go insane. Come on, all babies.
It's
cry.
the only part of the movie that
It's ridiculous. I mean, there was that. There was something else that really bothered me about that movie.
No.
I mean, you come to expect it at this point. What was this? This is movie 8, right?
Yep.
I mean, you come to expect that once Vegeta comes, he's barely going to get 5 minutes in. But literally, all that Broly did was slam him against a mountain and push his face in just a few times, and he was down for the count. He didn't even get up.
He came back at the end a little bit.
All he did was give Goku some energy.
Yeah.
And he was too stubborn to do that for like the first 10 minutes. That was annoying. But otherwise, Broly was ruthless and unstoppable. But what can I say? That was entertaining to watch, and one of the few times where I think I was rooting for the villain because of how awesome he was.
Yeah.
But
you just said it.
Man, that backstory though, I
can't
get past it, man.
Okay, then. Let's go through this.
It's pathetic. Sorry.
Tell me, you disagree. So what are your top 3 DBZ movies?
Boy, that's a hard one. And I was hoping you wouldn't ask me this question. Because, in the entire list, every movie has its highlights. And I'll say that every movie has some really good highlights. Some others just have more flaws than others do. But, my gosh. I feel like I would put Fusion Reborn in the top 3 somewhere. I don't know where, but it would go in the top 3.
Okay.
Otherwise, it could shuffle between any of the others. Well, not any of the others, but... oh man, I don't know. I know Fusion Reborn's up there. I don't know about the rest, honestly.
Wow.
I really don't. But
whatever your list is, it would clearly be flawed, my friend.
Hey, it's all about my likes and dislikes,
All right, guys. Well, I have no idea how long this video was, but thanks so much for sticking with us. Andrew, thanks for joining us on the couch. Look out
couch.
for more content. Like I said, Jovi's recording now, so his will probably be up before this goes up. I'll definitely be editing and stuff with this one. But anyway, guys, Dragon Ball Z, the movies. Did you agree with my list? Did you not agree with my list? You probably didn't agree. I know that we're all different. But let me know in the comments. What are your let's say top 5. What are your top 5 Dragon Ball movies? Or go ahead and give me a full listing. Like I said, there's one we don't mention, so don't put it on there. But
Please don't.
Until next time, guys, we out.